Hello, this is Rev Brad. I'm the longtime volunteer chaplain for the Colorado Rapids and founder of Soccer Chaplains United. This year for the World Cup, I took up the lead on a World Cup devotional. Spanning 8 weeks, myself and 2 other chaplains wrote weekly reflections on faith, family, and football. The devotional is available on Amazon. Just search up World Cup Devotional. It's in Spanish and English. And in celebration of this world's largest stage for football, myself and Chaplain Jordan Medas will alternate readings for the next few weeks on the podcast. Stay tuned. This week's reading starts right after this.
He's found the space, and he's found the back of the net.
Just a little off foot, thinking he's going to go far post. Not strong enough with his right hand.
Whips that one in. Far post, almost made him ends, and they have. He has the hat-trick. The second in his career. The third of the night. The hat-trick hero.
Talked about you're not going to be able to sustain that kind of pressure.
To the corner. Goes towards the near post. And you're on the angle, and what a goal! What a goal!
Week 7, Kickoff. Love. G.O.A.T. Greatest of all time. Merry Christmas. Today is monumental because we celebrate the birth and first adventus, or arrival, of Jesus so many years ago. His birth is a sign of God's love and care for the world. His life, death, and resurrection are all part of God's plan to reconcile his relationship with people that was broken and severed back in the idyllic Garden of Eden. But why is love the greatest of all time? We've already mentioned faith finishing in the top 3 and hope coming in second. But why does Paul say that love is the greatest of the 3 Christian theological virtues? Simply put, it's because of the eternality of love. We see God's love and care in the beginning, at creation, even at the fall of humankind. God's love makes the first sacrifice. He clothes his precious fallen people, Adam and Eve, as representative of all of humanity. And then his love clothes his redeemed people in the perfect righteousness of Jesus Christ. So love wins out not because of its role in the beginning, but because of its place in the end. Remember, faith becomes sight, hope is fulfilled, but love never ends. The last pages of Scripture declare God's dwelling place finally and for all time to be in loving relationship with his beloved children. In the end, love remains for all eternity. Love has no end. It goes on and on. I find it difficult at times to wrap my mind around this idea. Maybe it's easier to consider one of the strongest and simplest images of love, the love of a mother for her child. Consider Mary's love of Jesus. If we had time and space to list all that she went through and endured in pregnancy, in life, after Jesus' death, resurrection, and ascension, it's amazing to me all that she endured as an example of love. The greatest example of love, though, is exemplified by Jesus. He told his best friends that the greatest love happens when one lays down one's life for one's friends. You can read that in John 15:13. Jesus did this. Jesus tells his followers, his friends, to do this and to keep doing it. Has anyone ever laid down their life for you? Now, maybe they didn't step in front of a bullet or push you out of the way of an oncoming train, but maybe they gave up something or made a sacrifice for you. I've seen parents work multiple jobs for a child to be able to play the game. I've seen teammates step aside to let someone else score the goal and take the glory. I've watched humble coaches praise players and deflect attention away from themselves. I've watched partners and spouses leave jobs, families, and familiarity for the unknown aspects of football. Much of this comes from a human place of love, and God's love is infinitely greater. Today, as you ponder love that you've experienced in football, in family, in faith, consider how that warrants a response. Read and reflect on 1 John 4:7 through 5:12. Consider God's great love for us in making the ultimate sacrifice, and how his love is the greatest of all time.